Now as we have added our images into the gallery, now we need to customize these images or the styles according to the design of our website. Let's preview this page in the browser. And let's change the browser window. And if I make my browser window small, then you can see that our images has been popped out of the section, and these images are not as flexible as our web page is. So first thing, I need to change the flexibility of these images. And the next thing is that when I hover on this image, then look that its opacity becomes lower. And I want the styles to be opposite of this. First, the image is darker, and when I hover on this image, then its opacity should be increased. And the third thing I want to change is its border. When I hover on this image, its border should be changed to red, as we are using red color in our web page. So let's come to the Dreamweaver and then go to the CSS designer panel. Remember that in the text which we copied and pasted from our gallery folder to our web page, there were some styles and JavaScript. And if we go to the code view, then you can see these styles here in the head of our web page. And you can also see the JavaScript which is being shown at the top of the Dreamweaver window. So now let's come to the design view, even turn on the live view, and then come to the CSS designer panel, and then in the sources select the style tag. And now we have two style tags. The first one is our first style tag, and the second one is that when we copied and pasted the text from the gallery folder. And we can check this out in our code view. So here is our first style, which is starting from here and then ending at here. And the second style is starting from here and it ends at here. Okay, so these are the two styles, and we need to select the second style tag in the CSS designer panel. So I'm gonna select the second style, and then you can see the selectors within this style tag. Then select the container selector, and you can see that its width is 500 fixed pixels, and we need to change it to 100%. And then hit enter. And remember that its width will be 100% of the section because this container is within the section. And the next thing, I want to change the brightness of the image. As you can see that it is higher at start, and I want it to be darker at start, and that is in the item A image. And now let's come to the opacity of this image, and you can see that it is 1, which means it is 100%. Let's change it to 0.6, means 60%, and then hit enter. And now if I hover on the image, you can see that its opacity is lower at start and it is changing to what that is in the item A hover image. And we need to change its opacity to 1, means 100%. Then hit the enter. And now if I hover on this image, you can see that its opacity is being changed to 100%. And the next thing, I want to change the background of this image and the border of this image. The background is in the item A image, and let's come to the background section of this selector, and it is selected as white. I'm going to change it to black, then hit enter, and here it is. Now the next thing, I want to change that when I hover on this image, its border should be changed to red, and that is in the item A hover image. So selecting that, and that is in our border section of the properties. So here you can see the color is selected as gray. So I'm going to change it to red and hit enter. Now if I hover on the image, you can see its border is being changed. And let's preview this page in browser. So first save all and then preview this in Firefox. Now if I change the browser window, then you can see that the gallery items are changing their width according to the section width. And the image's brightness is lighter at start. When I hover on this image, its brightness or its opacity becomes higher and the border of the image changes to red. Now if I open this image, then here you can see everything is working best. Now come to the Dreamweaver, and one thing I want to show you here, and that is in the files panel. As we have used our images instead of using the images which are within the example, so we can get rid of this example folder. Just right click on it and then in the edit select delete. And now if I preview this page in browser, then you can see that everything is fine. Even our mobile version of this website is working fine.